So for this video, it's gonna be a top 10 player list. So it's not gonna be like the last video I made last year, where I just put a bunch of players from 2020 or 2012 through 2016 when Assassinates was in his prime. This is gonna be a top 10 players list of 2020. So it's gonna be a top 5 best PC players and top 5 best console players. For the console players, I'm going based off a Graceless spy list, since he's one who made the list really. And don't worry, I did double check it. I did ask the people, or I did ask other people who play console, whatever, in the Discord about the list, and they all agreed on it, whatever. So, yeah, I'm just putting it on there. For the PC player list I made, but for the PC player list that I made is based off free for alls, 1v1s, and the tournaments. So, for the first player I'm gonna name is Showering Bite, with his whole entire social security card number and that motherfucker. I don't know. That nigga is laggy as fuck. That nigga is lame ass, goofy ass, VPN using ass nigga. So, but seriously, he's not in that list. So fuck that nigga. He a pussy ass nigga. Fuck that nigga. On God. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. If I seen that nigga lobby against his ass, be on God. Hey, Lil, listen, bro. If you watching this video, bro, listen, bro. I'm gonna have the whole entire lobby on your ass next time I see your ass. On God. Anyways, all jokes aside, but anyways, let me see. So for number 1 and on the list for PC players is Grieve. The reason why Grieve is number 1 on the list because he did win the second tournament that we had. It's a PC tournament that we had. He did win the second one, but not even that. Is mostly because he's better than me at group play. So like 4v4s, 2v2 type of thing. We do go back to back, but he did friends with me on PC. I haven't friends with him on. Like I want when he was bad, when he was terrible at PC. You know what I'm saying? You know, I had to spare him. I had to spare him at least like 4 times because he didn't know how to play. Whatever. I'm not finna do him dirty or anything like that. But when he learned how to play, he did friends with me. There's a video on it, but I couldn't kill him anyways. But he didn't want to count it. So, but who gives a fuck? But yeah, he won the tournament, or he won the second tournament. I won the first one. He won the second one. But that's really not because he's first place though. It's because he's better than me in group play, 5v5, 4v4, 2v2. So he always carries me. So moving on to the list is Izuna, me. I want the first, not, or I want the, okay. Actually, I take that back. Sorry. The first tournament, I wasn't playing PCMCC. Sorry about that. I want the second tournament and Grieve won the third tournament. Sorry about that. But yeah, so for the third tournament, Grieve won. And for the second tournament, I won. So for the second tournament, I won. But my feats are like winning a tournament. You know, just mostly like 1v1ing people, to be honest. And like if we're counting like 2v2 as well, then you know me and Grieve like literally the best duo like on the game, like literally on the game. And it's been like that for like years actually now. So like really nobody haven't beaten us in the 2v2, not once yet, not even back on console. Unless like we're counting like the 2v2 that we had on PC when we first started playing, when we fought like Bike or like I think it was Real Quiet Enmatized, I don't know, but I beat both of them 1v1s anyway. So but anyways, moving on to number 3 on the list is Spooky. Spooky is like a little bit laggy, but he's still fightable, you know. He's obviously like, I put him number 3 on the list because like majority of the fights that he have in the FFAs that he was in with all of us, if he was in the FFA with Majin, it was guaranteed that Spooky was going to win. And Majin and Spooky 1v1 countless of times, and Spooky mostly won most of the 1v1s that him and Majin has. So that's why Spooky covers over Majin, if you're wondering like how and whatever. I think Spooky also won the 2v2 tournament that he had to as well. Him and I think Ice Stone Fazo. Ice Stone Fazo. Pretty sure. So they won that 2v2 tournament. The majority of the time, Spooky always in 1v1s on that game. He's on the game every day, 1v1ing people, improving. So, let me see. So for number 4, we have Majin. Majin, you know, if Spooky wasn't in FFAs, Majin was most likely to win. a lot of FFAs, but I think Majin been to more FFAs than ever. But at most, Majin, um, Majin in his 1v1s, Majin in his 1v1s, he like really never lost his 1v1s at the most, unless it was like against us, top three, me, Grieve, and Spooky, whatever. But other than that, he really like never like lost to anybody else at most. He always came close to winning in tournaments. Always coming in like close, you know. So it's probably much I gotta say about Spooky Majin. But going number down to number 5, or going up to number 5, we have Creedo. Creedo did win a tournament. The last tournament that we had, he did win the tournament, but he didn't beat Majin in 1v1s. So such as like I think Majin beat him twice or 3 times, including a frenzy. So that's why Majin takes his place, whatever, blah blah. But Creedo is still a good player, you know, overall. He did beat Grieve too as well. He beat me. He beat me one time, but I came back for it. So that's probably like kind of like, you know, kind of why not like why he's 5, but you know, the reason why he's 5 because he couldn't beat Majin in 1v1. But if he would have beat Majin in 1v1, he'd been in 4. So, but at most like Creedo, he's good in 2v2s as well. He's not like some brain dead fucking player. But so yeah. That's why Creedo is number 5 on the list. Going down the console, we have Graceless Spy. Graceless Spy, he's not even like bad at all. He's like, well, he was never bad. Back on console, when he was in Atomic, he was only in Atomic for a little bit. He was never bad because we had fights before as well. We tied. Even like I think like 2 years ago we tied before. When he first came back, we tied. What else? But not even that. Like even back then, he was just good too as well. Or he was just decent at least. Not much I can say about him now since I've only fought him since last year. So, but that's probably about it. Kush, as your, oh, like I said, I'm not going by order really, so I'm just naming the people. So we have Kush. Kush, he's good, you know. Really hard to kill. Defensive players know what he's doing, as well. But they said that Kush beat Graceless, or yeah, they said that Kush beat Graceless by the last time that they fought. They was gonna do it, or Graceless Spy wanted to do a rematch, whatever. But Kush like really didn't care if he wanted to 1v1. I guess that Kush didn't like really care what spot he was in, so that's why I didn't really do it in the order, because other people didn't care like what spot they was in, as long as they was on the list. But I just put Graceless Spy like first anyways. But like I said, it's not even in order anyway. So, but Kush, we have Nazea. I've watched Nazea improve since like 2017, since we first met. If maybe if he would like rush more a little instead of like playing more defensive, maybe if he would like rush a little bit more. But at most, I watch him like climb up like the ladder past people, because I think I put him on the last list too as well. I put him on the last list. He was good too as well. But yeah, Honeru. I don't have an opinion about him. I beat him one time. He beat me one time when I was playing on console, but that's probably about it. At most, Grieve beat him like countless times. He never beat Grieve on console at all. So, but at most, I guess like now he's like good. And since there's, you know, well, I mean, obviously there's like barely even people who plays, but he's good now. But he barely plays even now. So, they just put him on the list, I guess. Your last player on the console list is Sacrements. I personally don't know who that is. So yeah, I can't really cover him at most, but you know, yeah, that's mostly about it for the list, to be honest. You know, like I said, for console, I mean, you know, I don't play console, so I can't really cover like everyone like I could before, but I don't play console. This is all for 2020 who played the most at most. So so yeah. I would throw in, like, in my opinion, if I had to, like, and this is my personal opinion. All right, so if I had to throw in some players for console, it'd be like maybe Praise the Pug. He's a good player. Let's see who else. Insufficient. He's a good player. Who else do I know that plays? What's I know that plays console? He's a good player. I don't know really. That's really all I know. So yeah, at most, these is all the players. Good job making to the list in 2020. Not really much of a big deal. Other people think that, but it's trust me, it's a big deal. Trust me, it's really a big deal. Like, if you've been playing this game for like years and years and stuff like that and blah blah blah. Sometimes if you're not like on the list, whatever, people would hate whatever and they stop, like, they don't care or whatever. But when they do, because like obviously you're not finna care if you're not on a list because you're not good. So you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how people get. That's how people was like on the last list, whatever. Because funny thing is that if I would have put them on the list, they would have cared. They're like, oh, I'm on the list, blah blah blah, and that type of thing. So it's more like, if they wasn't on the list back then or on the list now, then you're just terrible. You were just terrible at the game, whatever, and blah blah blah. You can say like, yeah, it's a old ass game, blah blah blah, but it's the fact that it's an old ass game and you was never good at the game that you played literally 24/7, along with the thousands of people who used to play this game plus, you know what I'm saying, or just in general, you know what I'm saying. But it is how it is though. So yeah, so nice job for the top 10 players that made it on the list. Some little fun to do in 2020 before the year ends, whatever. I'm not gonna do this ever again, so probably gonna do this for Halo Infinite, for like best Slayer players, best MOG players, whatever. Maybe it depends on how good the game is, but hopefully I'm gonna be grinding that. I'll be grinding that like all next year, hopefully. But that's about it.